This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking you up with the best of the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have a special guest. So, guest, please just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Evlyn Njeri. I am the current Miss Curvy Kenya 2021-2022.
Yeah, so we'll just go straight into it. From your Instagram bio, I was able to see that you are an artist, model, and mental health advocate. So I want to know what came first.
I think artist came first because I became an artist is who I am. Like I have been an artist since I was a kid. And the modeling part also came second because it started when I was in school. The mental health advocates part came in last. And I think I forgot to mention that I am a project manager by profession.
Yeah, so let's talk about modeling just for a little bit. So when did the interest start for modeling?
I think when I was I think I've always been into fashion, like since I was a kid. It's something that was introduced to me unconsciously or subconsciously by my mom because she's into fashion. And then I guess when the opportunity struck in high school, we had talent shows. We had this club in high school. I was in Karima Girls High School. We had this club called True Love Club, and they used to organize talent events and all that. So when the opportunity struck, I got in, and no questions asked. It was like a dream come true for me.
You know, like you see, there are very many guys who usually have an interest when they're young, and then when they grow up, of course, the interest just fizzles out. So for you, you have even done modeling just as an adult, and you have done it professionally. So I want to know, as an adult now, what's the first opportunity you got and doing it professionally? When did you start pursuing it professionally, modeling?
I remember in 2018, I just lost my job in October. I used to work for a law firm, and so I met up with some friends, and one of them is a makeup artist, and she was going for a certain photo shoot. And yeah, so I said that I will tag along on that day because it interested me because I'm not into makeup, but I was interested in seeing the whole shoot because she was going to do makeup for a certain photographer was doing a photo shoot for certain models, and I don't know, it just interested me. So when I remember that morning when we were supposed to go, it was like on a Tuesday. She called me before I left. Like I was about to leave the house and told me one of their models bailed out, and she was wondering whether I could step in. And I wasn't ready. I remember I only had like the blouse I was wearing on, and I wondered like, what did you guys need? Yeah, but I still showed up. So when I went, they did my makeup, and fortunately, the photographer just wanted portraits, and it was more of a creative shoot, so there were not much required. So I remember I felt the pressure of not being ready, and she had a shawl, like this shows you wrap yourself around when you're feeling cold, and my creativity just struck. I took that shawl and took a hairpin that I had. It was really pretty. It had some diamond stuff. So I created a top out of it, and yeah, I did my shoot with two tops, the one I had on and the other one. And the the photo shoot was just amazing. Like, and you see, it turned out that out of the models who were called that day, I was called in for another shoot by the same photographer. Now for a client, who wanted to showcase her kimono line. And that's how it's all started.
Yeah, so from that opportunity, you started like viewing this as something that you can do and something that can even create impact in your life. So I want us to talk about the competitions that you have been part of, and I just want you to talk about how you even got the opportunity to be in these competitions.
Well, you know, like so I did model in campus, and most of the ladies we used to model with in campus, they used to, like, you know, like when you win in campus, the next step is going further. You know, like you want to further your career in modeling, maybe enter a national competition and all that. And for me, because I was a plus size girl, there were no pageants for me. And so that marked the end of my my career. And that was in 2012. Yeah, so I remember finding out about Miss Curvy Curve later 2019. But by the time I was finding out about it, the show was already over. So the next year I followed them up, and I remember even inquiring like in August, are you guys doing another event and all that? I think that was in 2020 now, and there was a pandemic, so they did not do an event that year. They never like had a pageant that year. So later in December, I saw now their advert for people to send in their application online. And I did that. I got shortlisted. I went for auditions and went through the whole process. And that's how I entered into Miss Curvy Curve Kenya.
So how was the experience in terms of just meeting maybe new people who you have never met, interacting with the judges, maybe the fans? How was that experience?
It was so amazing because, like, for the first time in my life, I met girls who are like me, you know. And I know I keep on saying this in interviews, but it was the first time that I felt like I was somewhere I belonged, because I met ladies who have gone through the same challenges that I have. They've gone through body shaming. They've gone through being told that they're not enough, you know. And also people who are passionate about modeling, and people who have been trying their level best, you know, in the fashion modeling department, but they haven't gotten their chances. And also challenges in terms of fashion, like until recently, that's when we have people selling clothes our size, you know, because you find that all this most people used to sell sizes for small, petite, you know, like US standard or UK standard. And we are African, and Africans have their own body type. So yeah, so it was a nice experience going through it and realizing that you're not alone. You know, it's so sad knowing, like, going through a journey thinking that you're all alone, and then now you find people who you have a lot in common with. It felt like home. Yeah, that's how I can describe it.
Yeah, so you see from the outside, when we see these competitions, after maybe somebody has won, we start hearing rumors that there was favorism and all of that. Mm-hmm. So for you, did you maybe in modeling, maybe have you ever be in a position where somebody else was favored for whatever reason?
Not, I haven't experienced it myself. I know there have been cases like that, but for me, I haven't experienced it. And I actually loved the pageant Miss Kavika a lot because they gave us all an equal opportunity and they used to speak to all of us. There were no private conversations. Even I remember like when some of the contestants were trying to talk to the management kando, like outside the group, or ask questions outside the group, they used to come back in the group and say, any query, any question you have, kindly ask in the group to avoid being told that we are coercing outside or you're having private information, so that's any question you have, it was open, it was so, like there was accountability. You could tell that we all had the same information, and any assignments that were given as a group, not like someone is given kando or someone is getting, like more information than the other. Yeah, so it was such a fair process. Yeah.
For the young girls and even the young boys that maybe want to pursue fashion and modeling, I just want to ask, from the experience that you have had in this country, do you think modeling can pay your bills? Any commercial modeling, runway modeling, do you think it can pay your bills?
It has been paying my bills, so yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, and then we can also talk about just being a model. So like for you and what you have experienced in the industry, is there something that you wish can be changed for you guys to even compete globally like in other countries? You're also seeing, of course, the income that models are making is quite higher than what in Kenya people make. So what do you think can...
I think the world in general has started embracing the plus size girl, and it is a positive, it gives us hope, but I feel like there's more to be done. And it will be amazing to have a Miss Curvy Curve world, like I win in Kenya and I compete with the rest of the world, and then we have like an overall world. Because when you see these other pageants like Miss Universe, Miss World, when they go to those pageants and meet all these girls from these different countries, they make a lot of networks. They get, they get a lot of experience because they go through training. Like it's such an amazing opportunity that should be open for everyone. Like it shouldn't be limited to just the petite girl. It should be open to everyone, and as long as someone is willing to pursue modeling, they shouldn't be limited because of their body size or their body shape or something like that. There should be an equal opportunity for all.
So you, apart from modeling, you being a mental health advocate, I just want to know how that came about.
It's more like a personal journey. I have gone through a lot growing up, like when I was younger, and I have seen like some of my family members going through depression. I have gone through anxiety myself, and I have learned a lot during that process on how to deal with people who have depression and also anxiety, and also coming to realize that there's a lot of stigma when it comes to it. There's also limited information. So you find there's a lot of ignorance out there, and people do not know how to talk to you. They don't know how to deal with you. Others will say you're pretending. And sometimes when your thoughts like outweigh your, like, your thoughts will lead to your actions. And if your actions do not make sense to people, they tend to judge you and treat you unfairly. And also there are things that can be done to actually help someone, you know, and there's so many things that we're not managed in a way that I feel that if they had information, they would have managed it. And I've seen people actually die out of maybe suicide or things like that. So I felt like I had all this information that I need to, like, I may not be able to save the entire world, but I can do something with the information that I have. And because I'm passionate about it, that's how my journey started.
Yeah, there's so many things that you do, you being a model. We have just talked about being a mental health advocate, you being an artist. I don't know if you have a day. So I want to know how do you even plan your time with all of these things? How do you balance?
So right now I am a project manager for Mawaidha PR. It's a marketing firm, and it also deals a lot with the entertainment industry. So yeah, that's my day job. And also it allows me to also do all my other projects. So I am not like limited, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not limited to, like, if I have something going on, I wouldn't be able to do it. And that is kind of the terms and conditions of my work in there. And it makes me, I'm able to be myself and be the best version of myself. Because when I was working for the law firm and other places I've worked before, I used to feel this urge to, like, my creative side was really fighting my intellectual side, and I have both. I've always had both. And when I was in school, I used to try and manage both. Like, I'd be in drama, music, like I am the leader of a dance group, and at the same time I'm performing in class. So I used to manage it, and I couldn't understand why in Kenya I cannot do both in, like, as a career. Like, I can do my art, and at the same time I can do my intellectual side. So I decided to do, I have a degree in project management. So I decided that I'm going to work on creative projects. That way I am able to do both.
Now, you've talked about being a project manager in a company that deals with entertainment, and also you being a model. In Kenya, we can say that you are on the limelight, and being on the limelight, guys usually expect that maybe you are a billionaire, you have 20 cars. You know how Kenyans usually think. So I don't know how you do this.
Quite honestly, I have been mastering the craft of not being influenced by people's expectations of me. So I live my life the way at the position that I am in right now. So if right now I don't have a car, I don't have a car. Yeah, so if I have to use a matatu, I'll use a matatu. Like, I don't want to have the pressure of people expect that because I know you, why you using a matatu, or why are you eating this, or why are you not here? I don't, because if you let people to influence what they to influence your life, depending on what they expect of you, you will never live your life. And as we have clearly stated, I have a lot going on. So for me to be able to live the best version, or me being the best version of myself, I have to live my life authentically. And that includes living and being content with what I have right now. Yeah.
And you have a YouTube channel, you can tell guys what you are, what's the inspiration behind it, why you do it. Just share with them and put the name of the channel.
I have 2 YouTube channels. One is called The Angel Arts and Entertainment. That's where I put in my creative work. I put in my interviews, the interviews that I've had maybe in television or radio, or even some of my experiences, blogging, vlogging. And the other YouTube channel is called The Holistic Wellbeing with Evlyn Njeri. That's where I post my mental health videos where I discuss various topics. And yeah, do like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, so as we are finishing up, I want you to talk about, just talk to the youth, guys who are starting out, maybe they want to set up a business, guys who maybe want to go to school, guys who maybe they are looking for a job. From what you have noted, from you doing all of these things, I don't know what's the advice you can give to them.
All I can say right now is be yourself, and everyone will always have an expectation of who they think you should be. But what is important is, who do you think you should be? Like yourself, like who do you think you should be? Because like for me, people think I do a lot. I haven't said much about what I do. I do a lot, like even I haven't said even half of it. But everyone will come. I've had people come to me, tell me that you'll be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Like choose one thing and focus on it and all that. But as a creative, that's not how my mind runs. And I had to live my life. Some people think I'm crazy. Yeah, I've met so many people who think that do not let anyone influence who you should be. Be yourself and try as many things as possible. Do not limit yourself on what society thinks should be done or is the right thing to do. As long as it's moral, you believe in it, and you're not hurting anyone, and you're not destroying you're not destroying the environment. Like ensure that you're following your heart, and yeah, because right now you cannot limit yourself to just the standard way of doing things. People do not make it that way. Yeah. And also mind the people you keep around, your friends and all that.
Yeah, you can also share your social media and your YouTube again for guys to go and check you out.
Check me out on Instagram. I'm Evlyn Njeri. Evlyn Njeri 21. On YouTube, again, The Angel Arts and Entertainment, The Holistic Wellbeing with Evlyn Njeri. And then you can also find me on Twitter, Evlyn Njeri, or at EvTheAngel5. On Facebook, it's Eve the Angel. The Angel is my artistic name. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me your time. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. This was fun. Yeah.